Hi Gastro Pals, it's Tiny Small Fry here again, and what a month it's been. I've been trying to lose a bit of weight before Christmas, so I've gone on to the keto diet, which means no carbs, which for me is kind of a little bit of a stretch really, because I do like a beer and I do like me sandwiches, particularly bacon sandwiches, but I'm sort of 28 days in now and I've lost a stone, so I'm quite pleased with myself. So that's why today I'm cooking keto beef goulash. Not recommending the diet. If you're going to do that kind of diet, you really ought to check with your doctor first as to whether it's any good or not, or whether it's going to be good for you. But it's kind of worked for me. But if you're not on a keto diet, there's nothing to stop you cooking this either, and just serving it with rice or mashed potatoes or whatever it is you want to serve with it, like noodles or something to go with the goulash. So shall we go in the kitchen and get started? So we've put a knob of butter in our trusty Ninja Foodi, and I'm going on to sear and saute, and then I'm going to push start because it's automatically set to high to start melting the butter. So now our butter's melted nearly, so I'm going to add in the beef. So we've got our beef now nice and brown, so we lift it out, ready for the onions. So now our onions are starting to turn translucent, so it's now time to put in celery. So now we're going to give it a quick stir around, and we're just going to cook this through now for roughly about 3 minutes. So the onion's starting to brown a bit, so we need to turn the temperature down to a low medium, so we can just gently brown the onions. We've been cooking the onions and celery for about 3 minutes now, and the onions are really soft. So we're starting to get the onions browned nicely as well. We've reached the point now where we need to add in 200 grams of tomato puree. And one of those beef stock pots. They're a little bit of a difficult thing to do with one hand. There we go. And of course, we also need to add in 500 mils of hot water. I generally boil the kettle just to give it a head start, because now we're going to bring the whole lot to a boil. It's boiling away furiously now, so it's time to put the beef back in. Give it a good stir to get the beef nicely distributed amongst the onions and tomato mixture. And then we just got a few bits to add in before we put it into slow cooker mode. So the first bit to add in is our green peppers. And we'll just quickly stir that in. There we go. Now 2 teaspoons of paprika and a 1/4 teaspoon of caraway seeds. And we just need to crush 3 cloves of garlic into the goulash. And finally 2 bay leaves. So now we just pop a lid on, switch to slow cooker mode on a low heat, and we're going to check it back again in about 2 hours. So here we are, 2 hours later. And our goulash is ready to serve with vegetables of our choice. I personally like to serve it with broccoli and cauliflower, a little drizzle of yoghurt or sour cream. Keto goulash, warming for a winter's evening. Bon appetit!